change. It's like, because it's more than just, you do more than just make people beautiful on the outside, you make them feel beautiful on the inside. Hello, my name is Davina, and I am from Northport, Florida. Well, I live in Northport, Florida now, but I'm originally from the island of Dominica and St. Martin. I moved here about 18 years ago, and I decided I wanted to do something that was going to allow me to be a little bit free, because I had 3 boys and had a little bit of flexibility, and also to make as much money as I wanted. So I decided to go to hair school when I moved here in the States 18 years ago. For those of you who know what it's like to be a hairdresser, when you go to school and you come out, pretty much has to build a clientele. It was not easy. I was lucky enough to meet a young lady by the name of Kelly Bennett when I went to Fashion Focus in Sarasota. It's a private school. It took a lot longer because I did it at night. I remember my husband would come home from work and I literally would think I could hear the car all the way at the end of the street. We lived on Tishman back then, and I would be ready to get out because I had never stayed home a day in my life. I'd always worked. But when I moved to America, I had to learn to be, independent again and learn how to do it, and I was afraid to leave my baby home alone, so with a babysitter, because when I moved here, the scariest thing was when I turned on the TV, all I heard was baby got left in van. Oh, baby got so I was terrified. I was absolutely terrified. So I decided to stay home with Tevin for a few months. But then I realized it's hard for me. I've always worked my whole life. I never know what it's like to have anybody take care of me. I have 16, technically like 16 siblings. And it's a lot, and I'm right there at the top of the food chain. I have one sister that's older than me, and even she treats me like I'm the older sister. Well, I love Jelly, and a lot of the responsibility fell on me very young. And so taking care of people is what I do best. So my mom told me 18 years ago that I had to move to America. I really truly didn't want to, because my story is a difficult one. When I moved here, I went to school, like I said, and I met up with this girl by the name of Kelly Bennett, and they were awesome. And I started doing here in Punta Gorda, working with them. She said, why bother open a place, we already have everything, just go ahead and do it with us. You can work with us and you can slowly buy into the business. And at the time, I was going through a little bit of difficulty that she didn't even maybe know about. Found out my mom had cancer, and so we were dealing with that. Now, that was really rough for us because my mom was my best friend, see, and I didn't want to come to America, but she told me I had to. When I met my husband in St. Martin, and he wanted to move back here to help his parents, so we decided to do that, and I had to leave my mom. She said I have to go, and then whilst I was here, just when I was free, just when I was at the point where I could actually take care of her and open my first little place in Port Charlotte, because the place I was working with, I don't know if anybody remembers, one day in Punta Gorda there was this major rainstorm and the roof of the salon I was working at fell in.
Oh, awesome.
It fell in, and I remember walking in, I'm like, who messed my place up? Because I had just spent all night sweeping the floor and making sure everything was good for when I come in the morning, and I look up and here was the sky. So the reason why I decided to do hair in America is when I moved here, I couldn't find anybody that would give me quality service. Everybody, you just went in, and I always say, still to this day, I say a lot of times you go into salons and it's like flipping burgers, and it's not about an experience. Here, when somebody come here to this place, it's our customers never want to leave. And truly the reason I became a hairdresser is because my mom told me to. She said, you always had something. Since I was little, people And just so you understand the magnitude of this is that my mom, I grew up very religious. I was in church 7 days a week, pretty much. And all the religion my mom grew up in, you're not supposed to do any chemicals to your hair. You're not supposed to wear makeup. You're not supposed to do any of that stuff. So for my mom to tell me that's what I'm supposed to do, and I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, because it's more than just, you do more than just make people beautiful on the outside. You make them feel beautiful on the inside. It's like when they're around you, they just, there's something that just changes how everything, and I didn't understand it. I'm not gonna say that I understood, but I guess she saw something in me that I didn't see, I didn't understand. And go back years later, and she's sick with cancer, and she tells me all this stuff, and she tells me my journey. I listen to her tell me so much, which I won't, I don't realize, I realize that I can't, because it's making me a little bit too emotional. I don't really want to go there right now. Crying on TV is not something that I really want to do. But you know, she's a big part of what I do every day, and she has worked very hard her whole life, and so do I. Anybody come here, I'd be lying if I tell you I don't. That's the one promise I made to her that I break every day. But I love what I do, and when I'm here, I'm happy. And you know, some people go to work and they hate it. I love what I do, and I get up every day excited to come to work. And I've been fortunate enough to have a wonderful group of people around me, and as I expand this business, my goal is to be able to have more like it, but more importantly is to be able to give people opportunity to grow and be successful, because everybody thinks being a hairdresser is about flipping burgers. It isn't. It's about changing lives. You change lives every day. Every day we come in here and transform people, not just on the outside, but on the inside too. And I've built some great relationships. I've said all the time, I am so thankful for the customer base that we've built. The quality of customers, it's not about the money. It's about the relationships we've built for being in business for over 16 years. I know we're very fortunate to be able to expand this business right now into a spot. Well, I didn't have a choice, to be honest. My customers tell me I have to do it, so I just went ahead and just follow suit and pray to the gods that I'm not dumping everything I have into this and it's not fall apart. But I have total faith. I have total faith in them. They've stuck with me for all those years, and I think that they will continue to do that again.